Hi, everyone. I just wanted to clarify one thing, which is, I think, very important to understand when it comes to VETRI. We have many questions about the crypto side of things. We're an app which is live in the traditional environment. I need to explain a bit, I think, the complexity of being a Web3 entity, having a blockchain backend, having our own cryptocurrency on one side, and on the other end, having to exist into a Web2 environment, meaning that our app is available in many countries already and is downloadable on the traditional platforms, the Google Play Store and the Apple Store. And that requires us to be very different to what the pure crypto players are doing, because we're not attracting crypto users or crypto friendly people, in the sense that most of our users do not understand what crypto is, what blockchain is. They need to be able to use it, to use our solution, which is crypto and blockchain powered by blockchain in their own environment with their knowledge. And for us to educate them to go into this direction of Web 3.0, but yet we still have to exist in this Web 2 environment. And that means that most of the time we need to do some compromises on what we want to be and where we are today, given the level of understanding and adoption that there is in the market. What it means concretely, it means that very simple examples. We based our token is an ERC20. What is an ERC20 token? It's a token based on Ethereum blockchain environment. And today, again, bear in mind that most of the users, we have about 30,000 monthly active users using our app on a daily basis. They don't know what a token is. And because they don't know what a token is, we cannot justify the fact that the money they will earn, either in doing surveys or in selling their data, will fluctuate in the future. That's something that we understand very well in the crypto space, but in the traditional space, they do not understand. So what do? We do two things. First of all, we provide them with a stable coin to make sure that there is no volatility and the dollar you generated today is still a dollar tomorrow. The other thing is that we use a blockchain backend. Everything is organized via our smart contract. And when you earn $1 on our platform, on the app, it is very hard for us to justify that we would have to pay $20 to $50 for gas fees in transaction to run the transaction on Ethereum blockchain. What it means that we have, for now, to use our own private blockchain. What it means that we are centralized and we're not decentralized and in a public environment on one hand, but that saves us a lot of cost and saves most of, in the end, the most important thing, our users, those costs. Of course, now we started in 2018 and even in 2017 with the ICO, and since then the infrastructure has evolved a lot, and with that the growth and the arriving of a new blockchain solution. And I have layer 1 in mind, of course, where we could, for example, shift from Ethereum blockchain to go to other type of blockchain, just as Solana, Concordium, Algorand, and Near protocol, for example. We could shift to those protocols and reduce the transaction fees or even bring them to zero. But not only their infrastructure, most of the time is not as steady as the Ethereum environment, but most importantly, the ecosystem is not as diversified and equipped as Ethereum ecosystem. So that's created a hurdle to shift our infrastructure to this layer 1 protocol, this other blockchain on one side. The other option for us is eventually to go to a layer 2 solution to reduce the transaction cost and the gas fees. And that's something we're also investigating right now. But bear in mind that, again, 99% of our users do not know what blockchain is. They do not know nor understand the concept of decentralization, the concept of being fully transparent. And this is something that we are definitely going into. Again, our plan is to deliver a blockchain explorer onto our own private blockchain, and that should bring the transparency that people are looking for, even if it's not decentralized yet. And going forward, we will start the talks with the layer 2 and layer 1 entities to see how we can eventually shift our operation to those ecosystems. All that to say that, again, we have to live with a solution which is available on the Web2 environment, meaning that we have constraint of this Web2 environment. Another very easy example, when we download, when we make our app available to be downloadable on Google and Apple Store, we have a lot of requirement to provide. And sometimes that requires us to go back to the vision that we have. And this vision is still very much alive with us. We have the commitment to deliver the vision, but sometimes we need to step back a bit and provide the, how to say that, to provide the benchmark which is required from us. Why is this benchmark important? It's because Google and Apple are not trying to understand what we're doing. They do not know what we are, who we are, and our activities. They cannot know, with so many apps, they cannot know nor understand all the activities of everyone. So what do? They try to standardize as much as possible their activities, and they classify the apps, the activities, the project of what we're providing to the stores in a way that their algorithm, which are changing every week, can actually digest a benchmark to create a threshold that you need to comply with. And if you do not comply with these thresholds in terms of speed of your app, in terms of availability, in terms of crashes, in terms of many aspects, you just do not exist in this environment. And of course, having a blockchain backend makes things much harder for us on one side, and also willing to provide this privacy environment that we are fighting for and that we are working for every day creates also different types of hurdles, meaning that when you need to run zero-knowledge proof applications to make sure that we can encrypt and provide the privacy and confidentiality for our users within our app, it means that sometimes it takes just more time on our side to operate the app, where 100% of our competition, which is Web2 only, do not have to the burden and the hurdle to manage that. And what it means in the end is that sometimes we hit some thresholds that we cannot control yet. I'm saying yet because the environment is changing rapidly, and with some investment, we could actually comply with that, but it takes a lot of time and money to be able to do so. And sometimes we just have to take some shortcuts and decisions to say, okay, we cannot provide everything from the vision that we have today, but we still need to exist as of today in this Web2 environment. So we're taking some decisions to sometimes go a bit back, provide the solution, a livable and viable product to our users, which is easy to use also, and that's very important, easy to understand without the complexity of what everything we bring. And therefore, there's many things that we cannot yet do in terms of our token economics, in terms of usability of the solution, and many other aspects. The one last element that I wanted to bring today on this topic of Web2 and Web3, also think about our partners. Our partners, today we're connected to the biggest providers of surveys in the world, in the US and in Europe. They are within the top 5. 3 of them are within the top 5 survey providers in the world. They do not know what blockchain is. They do not know what a wallet is, and they certainly do not operate on a daily basis with tokens. So if we had to tell them that our token economics says that if you want to push a new survey or a new deal to our platform and to the marketplace, you would have to create a wallet, go into onboard into a crypto exchange. Once you're there, you need to pre-buy our own token to be able to deliver these surveys or these deals to the community in a way that we can actually integrate with. That would be way too complex and no one would follow us. So what it means, again, it means that we need to take a step back into the decentralization approach and do all the work for them. Give us a survey and we'll distribute it. What we do is that we pre-finance with the tokens, the survey that they want to distribute. We distribute them to our users. And when our users are taking the surveys and being remunerated for that, we give them the token. Of course, most of them today, not knowing what a token is and what they can do with it, they want to cash out the token, and we give them the opportunity to sell back their token to be able to withdraw via PayPal or via the gift card that we have in the application already live. And once we give them the money, those big partners that we have, which are AAA rated into the market, they pay us on average between 30 to 100 days delay, meaning that we have to pre-finance everything. So not only it creates hurdles with the vision that we have to decentralize everything, meaning that we have created a marketplace that you should be able to access on your own, go into the market, buy the token, provide the token to the users when they accept the deals, and provide utility. Once you have the token within the marketplace, a simple utility could be that you have access to DeFi protocol to start staking and generating some yield with this money that you earn. And hopefully we're going to be able to plug this solution very soon into our ecosystem. We're working on it anyway. All that is yet to happen. But again, we deal with not only partners that do not know anything about the Web 3.0, but also our users today. And what we're trying to build right now is, now that we have a good traction and a good product out there in the market, we're live in the US, we are launching Europe, we have launched the UK market not so long ago, and it's growing quite well. We've relaunched the German market, we launched the French market beginning of May. We will launch new countries also in the coming weeks. Now that we have all that, we can provide genuine and organic volume for the demand of our token, and that's very important. And we can start finally to reconcile the vision that we have for the Web 3.0 with the constraint that we have being live in this ecosystem of Web 2.0. And this is what we've started to do. We will be more and more visible into online spaces. We will recreate also a crypto community now that we have a product that works, now that there is demand on a daily basis for our token. And of course, the next target is to be onboarded into a usable exchange, which has liquidity on one side, but also which will allow us to onboard our US users, which is for now about 95% of our users, and we'll grow from there. So I just wanted to clarify this this reality that we have to deal on a daily basis, and that most of our competition, which is Web 2.0, do not have to deal with, and most of the crypto solution that exist today either do not have to deal with, because they create the solution for the crypto speculators mainly, or even sometimes only. So I think we're well positioned with all of that to create mass adoption on an easy solution, which is available today in the Web 2.0 environment with all the opportunity of the Web 3.0. That's it for today, and more soon. Thank you. Bye.